Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the hypest night of the invite season thus far. We've got a quadruple header, you could say. 4 matches, one night, and 2 of them are going to be happening here. My name is Ro. I'm being joined by Frick My Nick with Console, our cameraman, and the DJ you've just been listening to. We're going to be starting things off with what should have been last night's match, Meat Market versus Mentality.
So yeah, we see two, I believe 4-1 and 4-2 invite teams respectively. So I think they're sitting at 4th and 5th place. So it could be some potential playoff implications here. We see Mentality, I believe their only loss is to Tech, which was their first match this season. And then Meat Market has 2 losses, and I'm trying to look that up on the ESEA right now.
I actually memorized it, funny enough. Tech beats Ascent. Or is it Mentality?
It's Mentality.
Well, one of them beat either Ascent or Mentality beats one or the other, and then that one. It was Froyo beats Mentality beats Ascent, and Ascent beat Meat Market. I think that's what I remember.
So Meat Market currently has 2 losses. They're sitting at 4-2 right now. Their losses being to Tech and Ascent, and then Mentality only has 1 loss currently to Tech.
And they beat Ascent, which makes this interesting because Meat Market has been crushing some of the matches they've been playing in the last week. And this is literally like, we're finally coming full circle. We're going to see if there's some kind of awkward thing where everyone beats everyone, or if some people beat others. We get like kind of trifecta thing, like the recycle symbol, you know?
Yeah. Let's say, Meat Market has been super aggressive from the few games that I've watched. It'd be really interesting to see them play on Granary, which is a map that's not notorious for being like letting teams be super aggressive, but teams that win mid are often given a chance to be super aggressive.
Right. And when it comes to the huge skybox coming in on mid, I'm really excited to see a lot of the soldier action I've been noticing from Sin in the last couple of matches, Metalworks especially, where he can just, he literally touches the skybox and then wraps himself around these buildings and then lands right choke or the doorway and gets the medic pick. So I'm actually very excited to see what Sin can pull out on a very top-heavy map.
Yeah, I was to say, watching him play the Metalworks game, I believe it was against Bring Back Turbine DM. His movement on that map was absolutely insane. Just watching him move around the map is watching art.
Yeah. Speaking of the Meat Market roster, seems like a good time to mention that I currently have stock in like a French bistro somewhere or something, because I seem to be casting every single Meat Market match, as it turns out. But speaking of the roster itself, on Meat Market, we have May the Medic, Alex.exe, the demo, Broking and Sin, the soldiers, and Corsa, the prodigal son of TF2, Scouts, and Cookie as the other scout partner.
Yep. And on the other side of things, we're going to see Mentality. They're going to have Pterodactyl on Medic. They're going to have Speedy. I believe Speedy's going to be playing Soldier again. I mean, Patty's playing it in the pregame, but I know they did have Patty on Soldier for a Snakewater match earlier in the season, so we'll see if they're switching back or not. So, but Alpha and Mirror Man are going to be playing Scout and Soldier respectively. I believe that Patty's going to be playing Scout, then we'll see Speedy playing Pocket and Mirror Man playing Roamer. Not super sure about that. Like I said, they have had some roster shuffles. And then the other constant on their team is they've had May Demo Man.
Yeah, 2 Mays in one game. I'm not looking forward to this. May kills May, but which one?
Yeah. Also, going back, since you've mentioned it, you casted every New York game. My entire casting career, I've casted Mentality Esports matches. So.
Oh man, it's meant to be. This was destiny.
That being said,
it's our mentality.
Size, but still.
What?
It's a pretty small sample size. I casted 1 game last season, so.
It's very interesting. Was this the same roster, or
no?
What's changed since
then? They had last season where they had I'm trying to think of what the roster was last season. They had like May. They had Patty and Kryptonite, they had Moo and Max, and then they had... Who did they have on Medic last season? I think they had Bear still. They still have Bear. So, starkly different roster this season, but they're bringing back some old talent in Alpha and bringing up some new talent in Mirror Man and Speedy, so...
I'm not okay. I was gonna say something, but let's just move on. I was about to make a comment that we can just move on. We're still waiting on 2 more to get in because of how tight the invite matches are tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We were informed that the teams would be readying up the moment they had 12 in the server. But right now we're just waiting on one player each from Meat Market
May just
and
joined the server,
Mentality.
so I believe we're
Oh,
just
May
waiting
has
on
just
one.
joined. So now Mentality has their full roster. We're just waiting on the last player for Meat Market,
Course,
which is going to be Corsa.
Oh,
And now May has timed out.
Just as soon as we were commenting on how he got in, he's out. So
Granary, man. This is also, just to clarify for all you players that not be familiar with the comp scene, this is Granary Pro. This is actually made by I'm Dagger. I almost said Jaguar Fiend. I'm pretty sure it was made by I'm Dagger. I always get those two names confused. Don't ask why. And the main difference is, I don't know if I feel like the old Granary got some of these changes, like small things. Like I think got an ammo pack change on the main Granary map, like behind the propane tank. But whether or not it did, that is currently a thing in Yard, so you can actually hold Yard and have ammo to work with. And then the biggest change I think that is most noticeable is on Last, the point is not all the way at the end of the wall. It is in the middle. Smack dab in the middle, open for some sick frag highlights on the pipelines and everything. So it's a little bit more fun to push and a little more interesting to defend, I would say, rather than just hold to the wall, play on the back of the pipe, and just farm them while they slowly use their Uber to get halfway across the yard.
yeah, it makes it a little bit
More
easier
fun.
for the offensive team to get to and play the point. It also makes it easier for them to get positioning because of how close it is to those top pipes. The other big change is the spawn area is a little bit different. They actually did the rockets back, and you have like the back spawn and like the control room respawn. So the rollout is a little bit longer, a little tougher for demos. Can matter a little bit more. But it also makes it so like with the point being a little farther forward, it's a lot harder to duck into spawn, just like quickly resupply.
Yeah, and you also mentioned the spawns. The forward spawns on mid are completely changed. Usually it's right next to the garage entrance, but now it's on the other side of the garage entrance so that there's not an instant respawn, get to Z, spam the point, and defend second. It's much easier for defense to push out. So overall, just really solid changes to make the game a little more enjoyable.
Yeah, I've seen many clips in the stream highlights thread where teams have gone to the wrong side expecting to be the old forward spawn. They just go to their own too. I believe there was an IM match where an entire team went to the wrong point and gave up mid for free. So it makes a little bit of an interesting dynamic. See some tales of the old Muster Overlord coming back up.
I'm so glad you know that too. Because that's all I know Mustard Overlord for. Camping his own spawn after he rushed from mid.
It's a timeless classic. I think anybody who's new to the comp scene, that's like one of the classics they have to see.
It's good. I'm glad that's being rehashed and never forgotten. So we have an update from Console, the cameraman. He's letting us know Freyo can't delay. So we're going to be hopping into our doubleheader match. Already started, presumably. So we're already 15 minutes away from their match starting. So that means this match has to end in 15 minutes for us to catch up to it. And Corsa has just joined the server.
Yeah, we're about to see the fastest 5-0 we've ever seen on Granary. Actually, it could be a 5-4. Each round's going to be just a minute. It's going to be a slugfest. So yeah,
so we're going to be
in server. Do we want to go down some predictions really quick?
You throw it, man. I'm not a fan of predictions. I just want to see a fat game between a 4-1, 4-2 team.
Oh yeah, so this is definitely going to be a close game. I believe both these teams will. I think both these teams will make playoffs. I believe, but I'm gonna have to give it to Mentality. I think Mentality is gonna get the edge. I think it's gonna be like a 5-3, maybe 5-4, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution and go with the 5-3.
And barring any major mishaps, we should probably not be able to be doing our Froyo versus Sent game later. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what's in the cards. It's up to Console since he's the one streaming. But we'll see how that transpires. For now, though, for Meat Market versus Mentality, I got to side with my boy Corsa. I've got a soft spot for Broking, and Sin has impressed me a lot. Just think overall, these three with the help of Alec and May being a seasoned medic with Cookie as well in that mix. Cinnamon Cookie. Ugh.
The cinnamon cookie play.
So much potential for puns there. But yeah, I just gotta set the Meat Market since apparently I've always been on the side of Meat Market.
Yeah, I got that French bistro. They're serving up meat and cinnamon cookies.
Like a decked out Subway that has no vegetables.
Yeah, who eats vegetables in 2019? Come on, guys. keto diet grind.
Man. So all 12 are in server, but they have not readied up. I am discouraged by the integrity of these invite players, saying that they're going to ready up on time, break the ESEA curse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. They're currently talking about whether they believe in PUDIS right now in the the server chat.
Questionable. And now they're getting toxic in chat. Man, this is
Alex.exe is about to get beaned, kids, live on stream. Some yeah, this match is actually canceled.
Yikes. So, also getting word, just stirring the pot here, the meat market pot. Actually, I don't know which team isn't readied up, because I have no idea who Douglas Thomas is. Delusional Thomas. But, one team is not readied up. So I'm gonna guess it's, it turns out meat market has been ready, mentality has not. And in fact, mentality didn't have to wait on their last player, so they could have all been readied up by now when Corsa joined. But now mentality is starting to ready up. Mirror Man, probably waiting on 2 more. There it is. May was the last one.
You know,
Let's get things underway.
Get your bottle of water ready, get those pregame rituals going.
Yeah, apparently Broking gets like coffee before a match or something stupid like that. I've casted so much meat market, I know this. Broking gets coffee before every match. That's messed up.
Alright, so who do you think the player to watch on these mids is going to be? I'm going to put my coin on that.
Soldiers from meat market. It's Broking and Sin. Cinnamon. Spicing it up on this granary mid. We've also got Alex getting the, you know, the respectable rollout, reasonably timed. Faster than May, who's the faster rollout.
Yep. Oh, and Cinnamon's
to lose health. And Sin is already dropping on top of Alpha with Alex hitting the cleanup before getting air shot through the window by Mirror Man. Incredible stuff for mentality. 1-for-1 trade. A little bit of aggression coming out from Broking, who's trying to catch out the medic. Back lines doing some great rocket spam. Can anyone else follow up? We do see Corsa also moving his way towards this choke, where a lot of players have fallen. Mentality have managed to pick up all the frags they want. And it's going to be up to Meat Market's Cook to drop right onto... Oh, man, Bear. He beefed that meat shot, but he had the winger to pull himself forward and land on the choke right in front of the medic.
Yeah, that was a super, super close mid. Mentality actually almost instantly lost that mid. They lost a scout, and I believe a soldier almost right away, or maybe a scout in a demo. And Meat Market just got super aggressive in the yard, but the 2 soldiers from Mentality were able to put in so much damage in the choke, they weren't able to make it in clean. So it's actually going to be a Mentality mid. With Bear with a full Uber, they're going to be pushing into left yard.
I almost pulled a Mustard Overlord trying to find the action. We're on the proper blue side yard. Now watching this push towards Lunchbox, trying to clear things out while his flank covers the shutter over here. We do see Broking is very close in the Lunchbox, not able to initiate though. So it's going to be a rotation. Quickly, the Uber comes into the top area to pick off Sin, but that's about it. The cap is still going off for Meat Market. Or excuse me, Mentality. I'm getting my M's backwards now. But it's still a solid defense, and now Mentality has nothing to push with, so they're trying to do a dry push out the windows, and there's the force coming out from Speedy. Both Mirror Man and Speedy making their rounds to the windows. We did see also a sack attempt from May trying to jump towards the point, but the gun dispatched that issue. And there it is, Speedy getting a drop onto May, but does not connect more than a rocket. So that'll be a quick turn of events for Meat Market.
Yeah, Mentality just pushed in. They got into 2 with their Uber. They were only able to find Sin with their Uber, but then pushing into last, they weren't able to really get a whole lot. Most of the Ubers wasted on 2, and then they pushed into last and May got their Uber, and they just got crunched by it. Mentality is opting to just give up mid entirely here. Meat Market just rolling in for free.
No banning trap on the logs. Throwback to season. That might have been a single-digit season even. Really old school trap. But Mentality now setting up their defense with both scouts on the shack above the propane. While the rest of the
50% Uber disad here, and May is about to have it, and they're still holding close.
Yeah, this Uber might not work out for them, but luckily they're rushing a scout in. Alex, very low on health, got spammed out, only flashed barely, and now Alpha's managed to make his great escape as well, pulling back into this second house area. We're gonna be seeing the Uber exchange back in swing of things as Bear's just now getting his Uber up. Let's see how the Meat Market defense hold up.
Yeah, so
with Mirror Man also in drop down.
But yeah, they're back in from the shutter. They're Ubering in. Looks like most of May and Broken get caught in the choke point. Course is going to get caught. The late bomb from May there. Yeah, the entirety of Meat Market was just hanging around. Both teams seem to have gotten by the Leapfrog Uber. They aren't counting. I don't know. Both the medics have built super quickly. And the Meat Market Uber was only really able to find Speedy, but Speedy was actually able to get the pack and an arrow, so he didn't end up dying. So now we're going to see Baradactyl with about a 20% Uber at.
Yeah, almost precisely. While Mentality is still trying to finish up this yard. No more forward spawn for Sin, unfortunately, so they don't have to worry about that. It's just Meat Market holding in their second right now. Like you said, with that 20 disab, but not really strong enough to push with. And we do see some aggression here. They want to actually peek out here, but Meat Market is going to lose Corsa in the process. Broking, though, going to exchange with Mirror Man at the very least. 1 for 1. And Cookie also tried to peek out through the shutter in Lunchbox, but now has to full retreat with the rest of Meat Market now setting up for a last defense. And Mentality looks like they've gotten free second.
Yeah, and their Uber's actually accrued into about a 35% ad. It doesn't really look like they're in a position to go off of it. And May is building on last in the spawn door, so I don't think they'll be able to capitalize off it. But I don't think May was building for a lot of that, and if Mentality had opted to go, they actually would have had a bigger ad than expected. So now we're just seeing both teams. We're going to see Broking just prodding around aggressively up top, Mentality just getting set up on 2. We see the Cookie Engineer on lap. Ooh, we're actually going to see Sin pushing into Speedy in the Lunchbox area, able to get out. Looks like Broking's looking for an exchange in the Lunchbox side of the thing.
He took a huge Iron Bomber pipe right there, so had to rotate back down, get away from it. That looks like an opportunity for Broking to start peeking up aggressively, maybe clear some room off of that frag, but that pipe definitely slowed things down, so no exchanges yet, but and so Meat Market would definitely want to be on the defensive side of this, wait for Mentality to make a mistake rather than try to make plays themselves and maybe get punished for it and lose a round. Worst case scenario, so the worst thing to call off your push.
Yep, we're gonna see the Speedy Sniper. He went down, he's the only player to go down the exchange, and he's gonna opt to spawn on the Sniper class. He's sitting on the point, currently watching his left side shutter from his perspective. Looks like he's just gonna opt to rotate Lunchbox and try and peek from top.
Yeah, he's made his rounds up to this catwalk, then drops back down again instantly at the end, just waiting for a buff, I guess. And he's going to go aggressive with the peek of trying to get to May, who is now doing some good scout speed to jump onto the pipes and now peeking up Broking after they picked off that sniper pick. Definitely some more opportunities here, but the spam is coming in. May a little bit more cautious of it. Corsa, who got caught out by the sticky trap of May, definitely going to stop that push now. No more peeking up. Let's just air things out and see how this goes. We could see an 8-minute round on this second to last.
Yeah, it's early in the game, so both teams are going to play a little more cautious than that first round in the books before they start playing super aggressive. We're going to see Alpha run back to spawn, take his try at the Sniper class, and we see Corsa walking out of spawn as the spy.
Alpha also now on that Sniper. A lot of opportunities for things to go crazy one way or the other. I don't know if anyone explicitly noticed that the shutter was just wildly open, but thankfully Alex peeks it again to, dissuade any opinions. But Mirror Man, it looks like he might not be convinced either, and Alpha around the corner. Could make it tough for Corsa to snoop in. Oh! Well, now this is definitely an opportunity. Not going to decloak directly behind Alpha, but he's going to get eyes on what he can do. Bear in the Lunchbox is not going to open up anything for...
Yep, so we're just seeing both teams holding. We still see the Engineer at a Cookie. I know he had switched off a couple times while they had picks, but we're going to see him. Going to have the Engineer on the right side spawn with the Sentry and his Dispenser. The oh-so-important defensive Dispenser.
Yeah, that Dispenser pick, I mean, honestly, I would go off of that alone.
Yeah, it's crucial. So yeah, we're just seeing both teams waiting for the Roth classes to make a play. Not much. Chorus was actually super close to May. I think May actually bumped into... I think he bumped him again, but I don't think May's noticed.
Got that little shimmer going on. But now he's decloaked, so it's going straight to the point. He's disgusted. Oh, poor May. Completely distracted by it. That's going to open up the door right now. We do see immediately a push from the lower right entrance. That's going to be Meat Market make their way in. And Corsa, still being around, is going to put people on edge, but he's decided to run back. Getting flashed even, trying to help out here. May does not survive the post-Uber exchange, as Mentality had a much better Uber, obviously.
And
coming back in.
EXE misses the dead on the entirety of Mentality, so they're able to get in that left side for free. They're just going to spam down the gun. You see Sin playing the high ground from his perspective, but it's going to be around for Mentality here, barring a miracle. Oh, but Broken and Corsa bringing it out in the cap time now. They're bringing it to point.
Finishing off the cap. Very nicely done. I mean, Meat Market did everything they needed to do for the first half of that exchange, but then they didn't really prepare for the post-Uber. Mentality just had a much better Reba to work with, and that caught out May. And then all you have to do is start grinding out those damage because they can't heal it, especially on a last like Granny where there's no health packs. Difficult. Very solid start for Mentality.
With the spawns being moved back, you can't just duck into spawn either.
So next mid, Mentality, slower demo once again, and May taking a fat sticky. Gonna be caught off here, grabbing another one before getting arrowed up. But despite that, Mentality have already picked up a frag onto May. They just gotta watch out for Broking, who's now making his way to the choke. Gonna be jumping onto the Soldier, the Medic. Alex throwing some other... lands on his own sticky and detonates in his excitation. And so it leaves just Broking and Sin alive, but Broking in a... What? Oh no, I'm for some reason Broking's cam put me on top of the garage door. So I was like, what? I come back? But no,
I thought he was alive too there for a second.
That was very bizarre.
Alpha pulled out his own garage on that mid, ran across the other team's pack, and was able to follow up on some early damage onto the medic May side of Meat Market. So he was actually the first frag of that mid. And then from there, Mentality was able to just bait bear on their own choke. Meat Market trying to get the equalization, the heal advantage.
Oh, May going down. No demo man available for Team Mentality, even though they're pushing forward here. It's going to slow things down for this last push because demos are very crucial on this. And amidst everything, May has managed to pull up that Uber back to full. And with them having a demo advantage, definitely going to make a difference here. But despite losing Broking, they're going to go for the push here. Mentality goes straight for the gun, takes it down. Cookie's going to also manage to sneak back into spawn, may gonna pop off, but not capture Sin in that beam, so they're gonna lose a Soldier. In the exchange, Broking now just on the respawn. Mentality looks like they want to rotate to the left side and start doing a dry push.
Yeah, we've seen them dry push on the left. We're gonna see Mirror Man's in, gets a ton of damage, and Broke is gonna duck into spawn, leaving his team without heat. And Mentality getting the point pressure, all the pressure's gonna come in. They're gonna get the cap.
2-0. Very convincing round too.
Yeah. I was gonna say the decision to go into spawn there from May was good because he was able to get Mirror Man off him, but his team was just left without heals, so Mentality was just able to go to the point and bait the fact that they had heal advantage.
Yeah, I noticed that rotation was very strong. And we'll see if Mentality can keep up this aggression. Right now, May, once again, a little slower than Alex. Gonna be taking that lower route, not opting to go straight to the pack this time around. Gonna be rotating quick to the garage to try and cut off any players, but the rotation has been way too strong for Meat Market. They're already on their side. We'll see who's gonna be initiating. Speedy getting a first rocket onto Sin, who's gonna surf it directly into the scouts before getting immediately meat shot out of the sky. And Meat Market is trying to rotate once again, trying to catch these players from their back lines, but the cap is still open to Mentality as they keep getting this slowly but surely. They're gonna make something happen here. May gonna have the Uber, but drops it to the combination of Spam and Alpha and Speedy, and then a counter drop from Broking before getting taken down to Patty. It's gonna be Mentality's mid. That was very interesting to see both medics drop. That's what we call egalite. Everything is equal, but the difference is Mentality has the numbers and the fraggers to take mid and second.
Yeah, Mentality just put a lot more together on that mid. They grouped up around the point, and Meat Market had a couple players behind on the other teams, like 2 getting packs or whatever. And Mentality was able to just play together as a team and focus fire down targets better. A rare spectacle to double med drop on mid. So Mentality's actually going to get the cap on 2, but it looks like Meat Market's going to instantly repush it.
But one of the key things that just happened there is Speedy was hiding on the catwalk above the point, and Alex called him out, but he dropped down and instantly 2-rocketed May before going down. So no medic for Mentality, or excuse me, for Meat Market is going to make this very difficult. Mentality definitely in a position to work their way back in to this yard with their heal advantage.
So yeah, we're going to see Mentality. They're going to opt to push the lunchbox side of things with the late death of Broking and Cookie there. Trying to leverage their height advantage. Sin's going to be trying to poke in from the top. They're not going to really find him. Bear's going to have it a 35% ad.
Pretty sizable. About 10 seconds or more to work with once you get it. We'll be seeing how May responds. He was doing a good job earlier about building up that Uber, despite being at a disadvantage after that first mid of the previous round. We'll see if they can manage to pull some kind of miracle. They're at 75%. The Uber is going instantly through the top. A nice juggle from Sin is going to keep this medic at bay. So now Beardactyl is just getting to the rest of his players to start working their way into this last. And May only 10% away from getting this Uber. It could be a hold, even though they've lost one player, Broking.
Yep, May's going to end up getting his Uber. Oh, he's 99%. He actually ends up getting it at the very last second. The gun from the side of Meat Market went down super early in that fight. Cookie had actually rotated to spawn, not getting ammo. But it looks like Meat Market's going to lose this defense. They're not able to get their spawns in time. Broking's going to come in, get on the point, but it's going to be 3-0 for Mentality.
It was quite the start from Broking, but unfortunately no one else was spawning with him, so it was a lone defense, all for nothing. And Meat Market kind of shaken by the this incredible display at the start. I mean, that was a 15-minute first half.
Yeah, the big thing I'm seeing on the scoreboard right now is Patty has 4 dominations right now. Patty doing absolute work on Scout. So yeah, we actually end up seeing the Mirrorman Pocket Speedy Roamer that we anticipated in the pregame, and we're seeing Patty back on Scout. I think overall, Meat Market's doing a really good job of matching the aggressive mentality, but somewhere in all midst of the chaos, Mentality's just doing a better job at keeping their flank closer to their heels, and so they're able to drive a kind of a wedge between Meat Market's flank and their combo, and able to pick off their flank more consistently.
Yeah, when you look at the stats, Patty, not only because of that, in conjunction with that 4 dominations, he's at 14-2, one of the highest KDs you could see from a match that isn't Infinity, 14-0. But I mean, when you look at this distribution of damage, you know, it's like whatever. You know, you've got 100 DPM from Alpha, and then you go down to Meat Market, and so Broking has more damage than any one player and Alpha on the opposing team combined. So Broking definitely pulling his weight on the side of Meat Market, and Meat Market overall, their team damage is 14,000 versus Mentality's 13,000, but the frags, huge disparity.
So yeah, and interesting enough, both medics had 5 Ubers and 1 drop in that half, but Bear only had 3 deaths. May having, it really just came down to the fact that Mentality is just doing a better job of sticking together as a team, and like being able to play around and recycle their heal, and while May is getting picked off.
So who do you think is going to turn up for this mid? How do you think Meat Market is going to change things up?
I'd like to see Broking and Sin play a little bit closer to the heals. They're consistently being the first players to go down during transition fights, as well as Kuki. Kuki's been dying a lot in the transition fight, so I'd like to see them play a little bit closer to heal.
What do you see on this mid, Frick?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Meat Market playing behind their own crate. Huge bomb coming out of Sin, landing on the other team's count, getting focused down by both scouts. Instantly goes down, gets the trade on Alpha. Broking bombing into the crate on the other side goes down as well. Mentality's got super poor health, but they do have the player advantage. Mayorman's going to go down, but it's only Alex.exe and May inside of Meat Market, which is Patty, Speedy, and Bear on the other side.
Yeah, Patty trying to cut off the escape route while Speedy jumps to action, chips him away at the choke, and he's going to make his escape. Mentality gets their mid once again, but this time Meat Market did something different. They didn't lose the game off of the mid. They had their medic, they had their demo getting out too. It's going to work out for them in this exchange on second.
They were able to keep May alive, and they did it without losing too much. I believe the other mid that May lived, I believe it was the second mid of the game. They lost almost everybody else, and then May ended up going down on 2, so they're able to give it a little more. We're going to see even Ubers with Mentality holding mid and Meat Market on their 2, and Cookie Cutter classes from both teams. Alpha's going to go down his own garage. I believe he had a spam rocket and then got juggled up, air suspended by some of the scattergun shots before cratering.
But then Bear also picks up Broking, who took an opportunity to jump straight through the choke and instantly got down. Barodactyl also throws out the hardcore sportsmanship with misspelling a bad word and telling him he's awful at game. But Broking isn't phased. He's going to come back to it. That's how the roamer life goes, you know? You just bounce back.
Yep, so the Alpha respawn, we're actually going to see him spawning up on Sniper. This is a really difficult point to snipe on. Remember in the playoffs last season, we had a round reset because we had 2 snipers and neither sniper could find an angle on the other one for 10 minutes. So.
That's exactly right. I remember my Highlander days playing Pug in AHL, and like people like Corsa would even run Huntsman Sniper on this map just because it's so flat and there's no good angles. Just take a spam shot and get back. But we'll see how Alpha makes it work, because this is a much wider and open second patio entrance, this little doorway. So it does open it up for a little more room to spam, to push through, Zach. But still not enough for Alpha to make something happen here. He's still peeking very aggressively with help of Speedy to lock out the spam, but now let's see if Alpha can get a shot onto Cookie.
Oh, Mirror Man is in, gets his drop.
Oh no!
Oh, he just jumped in from choke. Meat Market was prodding at the choke super aggressively, and Mirrorman was able to get him when they backed up and catch May before he was back in position. We're gonna see the full Uber ad on the side of Barodactyl. They are gonna be pushing with a sniper. I believe they're gonna wait for the op to spawn for, or I'm sorry, they're gonna opt to wait for their spawn in Mirrorman before they try and go because they have the sniper.
Precisely. One less mobile class makes this very difficult to work with. So now that Mirrorman has spawned up, he's moving in through the choke. Excuse me, not the choke. The garage, checking out the drop down area. Going to be waiting very patiently. Broking going to be opting to go at any moment now that he's been checked. Very good timing on his part. He waits for the the safety rocket, and then takes a spam shot, but now he's been caught out by May. The push is happening in second. They haven't even, or excuse me, they have used on second. No, mentality. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. May takes a rocket, surfs into the pipeline, lands, but doesn't crater. Pulls down the shutter before getting taken down by the cross from May. Excuse me, Barodactyl. So May, this will be a good opportunity for them to repush with a 40 ad. Broking tried to sack in though, so will lose his life.
What? The damage.
I thought it was like, I saw him die. I didn't see any kill feed for Bear, so I was like, oh, nothing happened. And then he craters. What the heck?
Yeah, Bear had a super high surfing in the skybox, and he was like 25, 30 health and ended up cratering. I thought he was gonna live, but I was cycling through the camps and saw he died. We're gonna see a full ad out of Meat Market pushing into 2. They have to push into the Alpha Sniper, but there's still no heals on the side of Mentality.
Yeah, fun fact for the day, the fall damage you take is actually RNG. You can drop from the same height and get a range of like 5 different damage, so he had to have gotten like the max roll for like a 35 HP drop from any height really, especially on Granary. That's interesting. We do see very quick aggression from Broking, has redeemed himself, killing Barodactyl in that last exchange, but Meat Market have lost Corsa, only to take down Speedy and use their Uber trying to get to the garage here, but the spam will only manage to pick up Patty, so that's going to be a very good pickup. And Mirrorman as well going down to Broking is definitely going to open up the door for Meat Market second yard. But Mentality now making their ways back into second, going to have the ad to defend with. We'll see if Meat Market can move fast enough to capture second and make a Uber push a little bit less feasible for Mentality. Mentality.
Yep, we're going to see the spawns coming up for Mentality. They're at about 95%. All of Market is in the lunchbox area. So we're going to see them pushing in May. It's a big damage rocket up top. It's about 70%. And Bear's actually going to get forced, but they're going to lose Speedy and May on their side, only losing Broking on the other side.
The Super is working out for Mentality in the worst way possible. That is to say, Meat Market is getting the better half of this exchange. And Patty rushes to the point, could instantly get down by Cinnamon. It is just Mirrorman alive, who's trying to make something happen in the lunchbox while poor Bear runs back to his last, trying to make something happen here. Sin, though, going to be juggling the medic and getting the cap before Speedy can jump onto the point. Nope. Meat Market have turned things around. I think I invested my stock in a French Bistro appropriately because they are not out of the running yet.
Bringing it to 3-1. It's 24 minutes left in the game. There's still plenty of time for either team to win this out. Yeah, it was good stuff coming out of Meat Market. They were able to play together a little bit more. Like I said, I saw Sin and Kuki dying a lot less. They weren't able to get separated as much, so good stuff coming out from their halftime adaptation.
And Alex, once again, doing much better job of getting to mid before May. Trying to throw some spam, but not connected with anything. Mentality Soldiers, though, jumping desperately in, but Course is going to be playing defense the best of his ability. Pistols down the second one, only losing May in the process. Mentality Patty rushing through and picking it off. No one else playing defense for him, but Mentality still trying to get their head together, trying to get some heals together. Alpha, very low on health, going to get shot by the scout. Can he get the frag? But no, Alpha is just too healthy, and the pipes from May is going to be too strong, and Alex gets flanked by Patty. It's going to be a Mentality mid once again. And with May being a early death and a early respawn, not even going to be building in time. Going to have to wait for other respawns first. So huge ad in the hands of Mentality. I don't even think it's going to be very close for Meat Market to build up an Uber in time.
Yeah, so we're going to see the engineer coming up on the defense side of things. It looks like Meat Market is sort of prodding into 2. Broking's in the Z area and Sin pushing into Lunchbox a little bit. But it looks like they're going to give this up relatively for free with just soldiers backing out up top. We're going to see
Looks like they're
set up. The left side from their perspective, starting to push in before the cap. They're just walking in for free. They're getting so much space. They're already to the center gun before they have to pop.
Yeah, the Uber comes in a little bit late. They got a lot of ground they needed, but not really getting any other place to follow up. Finally, they do to take down Sin and Broking. No soldiers means they have complete control of this pipeline. They only have to contend with Alex, who's playing defense right now on the point. Once they get those stickies, I mean, these soldiers playing the high ground is all they need. They're going to be finally jumping their players in, trying to get onto the demo. He does go down, but Corsa will be able to pick up 2 of his own on Mirrorman and Speedy. The Uber is ready for May because they got the Uber saw off, right? Was that an Uber saw?
Yeah, May got an Uber saw. He's about 94%. The scout on the... I believe his Kuki ended up dying, but he ended up getting the saw on the point. Was able to save some of the respawners coming in. But Alpha's in on the back cap. He gets 1-1 against Sid. Caps it out.
Man, that was such a clutch moment for May to redeem the round after it was going to definitely be lost for them. That Uber saw was everything to them, and also Corsa playing phenomenal defense. He seems to have these soldiers number, especially at these mids, so hopefully, despite that back cap, maybe Meat Market can get a grip on things, because Corsa definitely pulling his weight on his own, and Broking also top damaging in the server, as we saw at the half.
You see, both of them is opting to roll out Choke on their side, dropping down to the pack. We're going to see Mentality is rolling for a catwalk, rolling out a catwalk, excuse me, and Meat Market is rolling out their own Choke. Meat Market with both scouts up top, double soldier bomb from Mentality to get a bunch of damage onto Corsa and Sin. Broking's going to be the first step of the mid.
And now Mentality are in a great position as Alpha catches them on the back foot, and Patty pushing a little bit forward with a little bit of help from May, but no one else fully pushed forward, so Meat Market was able to stay alive, and now they're ready to contest this point because there's virtually no cap time set in place. But Patty gets downed by a Timmy 2-tap from Patty, and Alex.exe not going to get flashed here in time. Corsa going to have to rush desperately. May accepting fate, drops in, and Corsa desperately flings himself towards Baradactyl, who will survive thanks to having, 3 players surrounding him.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd push out of a Meat Market. They had no soldiers on either team, and they opted to try and take the even Uber push into mid, but they just weren't really able to get any positioning outside of the choke. It was spotted pretty early, and I think he got 2-shot by Patty, so kind of over from the start as soon as that happened. And from there, they were just able to play the positioning.
This defense on last from Meat Market is going to be setting up a sentry that isn't quite set up yet. Broking, though, on the back line is going to be making some action in the yard, going to go down. That was, I think, Meat Market's truly last attempt to make something happen. Broking definitely can read these drop-down plays right, but can't seem to collect on them.
And we're going to see Mentality without a 40 ad here. They're going to be pushing in from the left side from their perspective, trying to spend the players off the Gun's going to go down super early in this push. Bear's going to get his Uber, May at only about 70%, but they're going to get the spawn for Broking. Yeah, Sin and Corsa going down on the side of a Meat Market. May at about 75%. The Uber's over for Mentality. They're just getting their positioning, bombing across Broking high up in the sky.
Oh, there it is.
Amazing.
The Uber saw from May right as Mirrorman landed, gave him the last 15% he needed to top this Uber, but May is on the point, juggling the player. He's going to get a lot of time on here, but Speedy kills himself with his own rocket. Patty now desperately trying to get a pick onto May, who's juking through these girders, able to pull out, and Meat Market is not out of the running yet. They have managed to pull a miraculous defense, but Mentality also has a few tricks up their sleeve. Right here, Alpha on the Pyro, going to be rushing to the point here, spamming that flame, going to get one little pick here with the help of Mirrorman. The cap will, however, go off to... No, not quite. Meat Market can't. They can't contest it. So they're going to have to back off, pull defense once again, and wait for Mentality. Not really on a huge ad, but definitely in a position to do some weird things with this Pyro right now.
Yeah, it's only about a 15% ad coming out of Bear. I don't think they're going to opt the push off of it, but yeah, the Alpha Pyro, a little bit unorthodox coming out, able to get a ton of damage in the cold area on second. Looks like, Bear's just going to pop in on the right side from his perspective. They're just going to take it right in. May at about 90%, but they're going to lose Alex.exe and Sin and Broking to this Uber. This is really good for Mentality. May at 99%, 98%. Oh, he's able to get it. And Alpha's on the point, just air blasting people off.
This is the new age, dude. The Pyro creating some room for the team, and now Mentality's going to finish off the cap. That's a 5-1. We're going to do a quick stats rundown. I know there's maybe stuff we can talk about, but we have a 4-3 match happening with Freryotech, so we're just going to quickly mention things happening in this game and then swap over. That rundown, top damage, Broking with 7,500, equating to 297 DPM. Top fragger goes to Patty for Mentality, 24 and 6. Those are some mighty strong numbers, and he almost out-assisted his medic, Bear, who also had 2 frags of his own and only 5 deaths. And, yeah. We should have the S30 up now for the Freryotech Ascent game, which is currently in a very crunch time moment where Ascent could be pulling out the victory.
It was
Are you in, Frick?
I am joining the server as we speak.
It was a 3-1. Now it is a 4-3. It's on Goalie Wash. I assume Ascent is still in the lead, right, Console? No, Freyotech.
Ooh.
And Freyotech wins. GG. Oh no, do I have it backwards? Is it 4-4 now?
It is 4-4 now, I believe.
Or is it 4-3? Oh, okay. So we had spoilers, Soul. It was 3-3 when we joined, but now it's 4-3. And going into this first mid, we see Habib quickly getting to the mid at the choke, going to be contested by Laz, who gets a quick rocket onto the Demo Man, but both soldiers from Froyo are going to be doing some good damage into this elbow area, while Campy, aka Zaylor, trying to make his way to the point. Froyo Banny also making his way to the left side, trying to poke some players, but Ascent seems to have their core set up. They're just waiting for Yomps to recontest, so Freyotech can try and make this win happen for them, but they got so much cat time, they're actually going to get it before they can stop it, and now Ascent has to worry about the forward spawn, so it's do or die time, crunch time for Ascent.
Yeah, we saw Laz coming up huge on the mid, getting the fast bomb onto Peep, and then ended up trading for Blaze almost instantly afterward. The spawns are going to come in from Furry and Crunch Ascent in their own choke.
That was Habib walking up on the respawn, quickly getting 2 frags of his own. One last ditch effort from Laz trying to bomb onto the medic through the big door. Not going to work out. We do see Banny throwing out the taunt. The BM is strong. This second half has gone lightning fast. Currently bringing it back a 3-0 from a 1-3 disadvantage. Ascent looking to play hard defense against a full Uber ad. This could be the end.
Furry's opting to get ready on the river side of things. They're going to get the Laz spawn on Ascent, but Furry's going to Uber in. We see the Pyro, and only the Pyro on the side of Ascent, and the Heavy. Skeezy actually gets stickied off from the spawn door. It's going to so bad. They're all getting crunched at the spawn door. Jay's going to run to the spawn and resupply, but that's it. It's going to be 5-3 for Furry Attack. Dominant 4-0 second half.
I mean, I think that really speaks to what you could expect from a lightning fast game from Brayotech. I mean, it is in their nature to get to the half and never lose. Like, that is literally Brayotech's mantra, is talk about what went wrong in the first half and then do everything right in the second half and then just steamroll it, take that momentum, snowball it as far as you can. And that is exactly what happened. As soon as we joined, it's a 4-0, a 3-0, and then a quick round.
That was a 5-3 game. That game was only 19 minutes and 25 seconds, and 8 rounds went back and forth, plus the halftime. That was an absolute slugfest of a game.
We definitely picked the wrong game. I was like, 4-2, 4-1, this is going to be good. We've got strong people on by Meat Market putting up a good fight. But I got to be honest, with the way things have shown up between that Mentality Meat Market game, that is just absurd. Actually, Console, if you're saying what I think you're saying, we could do that right now if you want, while we're still live.
We can just get right into it.
We can just load the download. We can download demo right now and do a quick 20-minute cast of this insane Freyo Ascent game. If you're in chat, throw out a T-Tours if you want to see this match right now. I can't see the chat, so I don't know if they're spamming it. Frick, are they spamming it?
Hold on, let me go over to it. Yep, we got a couple in the chat, so
Ooh,
we're getting some more now. I think I'm just catching up with the delay. Quickly trying to cycle through the all of my folders here to move the demo real quick.
Not extracting directly to your TF folder, SMH. That's not how it works, Console. I'll try and get something set up in a sec. Frick, talk to the people.
All right, chat. How was everybody's day today? Did anybody do anything particularly exciting? Still getting some more T-Tours back in.
Going as fast as I can, Console. Gotta trust me.
I played TF2 in the chat. That sounds about right.
Hi, I was in a casual pub today.
All right, get that expert gameplay in the pubs, dude.
So I have to ask, is hold on, the creator of Goalie Wash actually is in the channel, right? Is in the chat. If you're the creator of Goalie Wash, can you let us know? the
Yeah,
bait
it's
I'm looking
brave
for here
meat
is I want to
rack.
see chat say I made this with a smiley face.
I made this. Yes, it's me. Yeah, if you made CP Gullywash, guys, drop a smiley face in chat.
Dang it, console, you're not the maker. I don't believe you. Well, there's 60 seconds left because despite console having a VPN, it's internet here, and I'm the one doing the uploading. "45 seconds. Hey, guys, have you ever watched Mr. Rogers? Like I know it was on Twitch for a while, but like one of my favorite bits from the Mr. Rogers show is he asked people if they knew what 30 seconds was like. He said a minute. We're gonna do it right now. Here's 30 seconds. Let's just be silent. And now you guys will know how long 30 seconds is. There you go. That was half a minute. Now you're all educated.
Yeah, speaking of Twitch things, does anybody watch the Bob Ross channel on Twitch? That's a power channel to watch too.
It's good stuff to fall asleep to.
The
Just a
original
beautiful
ASMR.
voice. It was a 5-1 mentality.
We're talking to the voices in our heads.
Yeah, I'm sorry for those of you in chat who can't hear a single thing that console says, so that we just sound really absurd. You guys want to? Okay, let me just take you guys quick trip into what the mumble sounds like when console speaks. You ready?
I have my mic unmuted on stream right now quickly, and I definitely do not sound like that, thanks. Can we get a forehead for, my boy Ro?
Yeah, when are we gonna start the TF2 ASMR, guys?
So to my production man, go to tick 480, and to my co-caster, go to tick 480. All right. Please tell me you weren't spoiled by the stats, Frick my Nick.
I didn't look at them that extensively. I only looked at the scoreline and the length of the game.
Okay, good. So we're gonna be both going into this blind.
Oh no.
Excuse me, console. I am. Now I just feel kind of dirty that we watched the last half of that instead of just doing an STV recast. You feel me, console? But now we know. Now we know.
I don't think many people. I'm sure there's at least one person in chat that anticipated the 3-1 half from Ascent, but I don't think anybody anticipated the 8 rounds and a half time in less than 20 minutes.
It's about the journey, not the destination, Ro.
Console's throwing some words of wisdom here, emulating his best Bob Ross.
Alright, chat, I'm launching TF2 now with the VOD, so we should be starting shortly.
Don't listen to him. That wasn't console. That was me and my ventriloquist act. Hi, my name's Ro. I'm really good at doing a console voice. Like, listen to this one.
Console has Ligma.
There you go, guys. How was that?
Epic.
Oh no, I've been exposed.
Yeah, we've actually been pranking you guys all night. Ro has been console, and console's been Ro all night. So hit him with the switcheroo.
Yeah, I have my every time I do something at a LAN, I update my profile. My first time was when I won Florida LAN in 2015. That might be right. So Florida LAN, Flan. This was when it was a pug mix and a charity stream all in one. What? No, it's 480. Listen to me, console. Remember the words I tell you. Anyway, so I went from my profile said I won a LAN once to when I went to I-61 and I casted a LAN. So I casted a LAN once, and then I finally did camera work for Rewind 2. So now my profile says I cameraed a LAN once. I've been around the block, console. I've done it all. I've got the triple decker. I've won a LAN, I've casted a LAN, and I've cameraed a LAN.
The whole
What can you do,
hat-trick.
console?
I produced an entire LAN by myself. Are we ready at the tick?
Hold on, no,
I'm
you gotta say RGB LAN? I made this.
I did not make that though. Dave made that.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. So now that we're done stalling, we're gonna be doing a more or less synced up. It's gonna be iffy, but we're gonna be doing a countdown. When I say the word go, the moment you hear go, you hit resume, and we're gonna be starting it off at tick 480. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so the Omega fast roster rundown, we're gonna have Banny and Eric on scout for Froyota, Yams on pocket, Blaze Roamer, Habib Demo, and Nursey on medic. On the other side, we have Bot Mode and Yite on scout. We have Laz and Jay on soldier, Zaylor Demo, and Skis medic.
And at this first mid, we're seeing a very good start from Zaylor from the Ascent squad, throwing down some spam, keeping Yomps out of the fray while the rest of the Freyotech push up the banana. They're gonna get their first frag onto Bot Mode the scout. But it's looking like it could go either way. Both soldiers trying to find an opening here. Laz just making his rounds onto Banny, while Blaze has made his first attempt on a life. Gets the frag onto Laz. It's the fighting for the Laz name, you know. Blaze and Laz have the same letters in their name. And now Ascent are trying to play defense against Habib, who's managed to push forward. And Blaze also getting a nice little rocket there. Going to pick up the frag with a little help from Nursey, getting the culling strike onto Skis, but there it is. Mo trying to make something happen. Oh, and then it's a respawn from, not the respawn, Zaylor just pushed back out and got right onto Nursey before she could get that Uber off, and Habib going down too means no demo for this defense. Ascent can definitely recontest this second and keep it from being in the hands of Froyotech, but Yomps very quick into the, gonna get some early damage onto Yite, who can escape, is gonna go down, and Laz jumping onto the point, trying to throw some players out. Good rocket, but not gonna be enough. Banny will survive the encounter. Froyotech finally on second, but Ascent is quick to push back out at any moment.
Yeah, losing their demo super early in that fight along with Nursey made it so they couldn't hold the shutters, but Ascent delayed in the shutters for so long they were never able to get through with the combined spam from Blaze and Yomp. So they ended up losing out on the DM fights because they lost so much health early. Banny's gonna run into last and kill Ski. Just ran in from main from what it looked like and kill Skis before he was able to get into position. So Nurse is gonna build up about a 50% Uber ad on the back of that.
So things are getting underway for Froyotech, making their push through river. Trying to spot things out against Ascent, who have currently set up a very nice defense. They've got Bot Mode the Pyro and a Sentry playing very tight defense from the other side, very far away from the typical spam points next to the points, so it's not going to go down immediately. We're going to play that light defense if any soldiers decide to push out through main. Froyotech have their Uber. This is their time to shine. They're sending a player underneath. That's Blaze taking water. Eric also trying to clear things out from the top of the shutter on that little awning. They're going to pop away immediately. Banny rushing to the point, trying to clear things out. Going to get some cap time while Jay drops in from up top. Bot Mode also trying to get some spam out there with a little help from Yomps. Yomps on the Froyo side is definitely going to distract long enough for the cap to go off for Blaze, who was waiting in water, patiently pulled off the cap. 1-0 for Froyotech.
Blaze, Eric, and Yomps all managed to find their way behind the point while the Uber was happening, so Froyo was just able to pinch all the players that came in to contest the point, and Nursey was just flashing people left, right, and center while people tried to come in and do damage. It's going to be an early 1-0 lead for Froyotech.
Laz making his way underneath the point, and also Yite pushed his way through towards that big door, able to get the frag, and Laz now walking his way up to the choke, gonna instantly launch himself towards Nursey with a little help from Froyotech. And yeah, gonna be cleaning up at the choke. Blaze and Habib go down. This is a wipe with a fully charged medic in Ascent. Looks like Furiotech have somehow managed to lose their footing on these mids. And Laz, all the way at last even, Banny on Sniper, just rolling up through the river trying to get an angle. No one's going to know that Laz is there, and that's going to be a key factor for this next push.
Yeah, super early in that mid, Banny ate a pipe and a sticky from Zayler, who was super fast at that mid, and he was peppered down by the Ascent scout, so he was the first death on that mid, basically instant. Laz is going to get in on the last, get some cap time early, but Furry's going to frag him really well. And the Uber comes in from Ascent from the shutter.
Super's pretty strong right now. Bot mode going to get a lot of airtime throughout this exchange, and Habib getting low on health. Nursey going to pull up 2, 3 potentially. Got the Uber ready. He's going to pop it off and defend their players, but Jay gets to the point in time and will not be stopped by Nursey. Very good initiative from Jay, playing that late game, coming back in. It was so close to being capped, and Nursey did everything she could to get that Uber saw off, but it wasn't enough to get to the point.
Yeah, we saw Jay just reset by the riverside and was able to bomb onto the point before anybody could contest. Was juggling people off the point with rockets. It's gonna be a 1-1 game on our hand.
Fast-paced stuff, and right away, Jay getting a good rocket off on Habib, while Campy as well trying to make something happen here, getting down Blaze, and as well as Yamps. These are very crucial picks while Furiotech have to retreat their medic. Luckily, Eric will be meeting up with Nursey in the lobby, but Ascent only lose Laz in that entire mid-fight. Going to be picking up the second very quickly. It's going to be even Ubers, more or less, once Ascent decide to make their push, because they got to get themselves in a position. But if they're fast, they might even be able to use it straight away and catch out Nursey before she gets her Uber.
Yeah, Nursey's at about 25% disset. I believe she left that fight super early. We're going to see the second from Jay, but he's going to get shut down by the Pyre and Yam. Not able to get the on the Nursey, and Nursey's coming up on her Uber right now. But Yam's going to end up feeding through main in the counter side, and Furry's going to opt to exchange in river.
Uber has exchange from both sides. Nursey trying to surf away, going to be taking a lot of damage from bot mode, but can't escape. Laz also manages to pull off his Minecraft cosplay onto Banny in the server. Blaze, though, very low on health, trying to get as much as he can done, but he can't. Ascent just quickly making their way to these points and capping this last. This is a 2-1. I mean, these rounds are literally 2 minutes each.
I was going to say, we have less than 6 minutes have gone by, and there's already been 3 rounds, averaging less than 2 minutes per round. It's 2-1 for Ascent right now, taking an early lead.
And Ascent looking to keep this momentum going. They've won 2 rounds in a row. Can they make it a third? Blaze, though, going to be trying to stop that from jumping underneath. He's going to get in position right now, waiting for the call out. He's going to be helping out his scout friend, bot mode. But Laz, also in the position to go for the drop down play, makes the frag onto Nursey. And might even pick up one on Banny, who's very low on health, going to get one shot off before going down. Skis, though, got taken down by Eric, which is very crucial for this, so that Furiotech doesn't instantly lose this round if they don't win this mid. And that will be the last one falling down to Jay on his second pick. The only deaths for Ascent are Campy, aka Zayler, and Skis. And even Uber's actually small advantage, though, not too huge, about 10% coming out from Nursey.
Yeah, we saw on the side of Furio, Nursey was one of the first deaths of that mid. Laz is able to get Nursey going up drop down, and then Furio instantly pushed across the point and got the pick onto Ski. And Yams is going to bomb into the choke and get Skis again. Making huge plays on 2. Ascent was trying to just prod into 2, and Yamps with a huge sync rocket into choke. Laz is going to go down as well. Looks like Ascent's just feeding through the choke to try and get onto Nursey. So yeah, we're going to see a huge trade of frags, but at the end of the day, Banny and Nursey are going to be the last 2 living, capping up mid. Skis is on the respawner, but he's not going to have anybody to build with here for another 4 or 5 seconds. But yeah, like going back to that mid though, like Ascent was able to push across the point with a double soldier bomb and then bomb back to clean up the Furry players that had gone aggressive versus the ones that had stayed passive. Ascent's going to be pushing back into mid. We see Jay coming up drop down, getting Nursey, bot mode, and Laz are going to go down for it, but no heals on the side of Furry.
Yeah, it looks like Furiotech going to be making it really tough for Ascent if they can, but they don't manage to pick it up. Choke has been completely stuffed by Ascent, and they managed to time it just right, staggered their pushes just enough so that Yamps was desperate to get in, and now Habib also getting juggled in the air is going to go down, but Banny with a great play, a little help from Nursey at the big door, he's going to be able to pick up both Skis, Zayler, and Jay, and then make a connection with Nursey over at the big door and start rotating with forward spawns. Let's see if they can contest this mid.
Oh, Banny eats a huge direct from Laz. Is going to actually go down before he can get on the point. Bombwood's going to go down to Eric, but Laz is going to get the pick on the Nursey. Blaze is gonna trade out the frag. The Nurse's already gone down. Skis has just respawned. Looks like Ascent's gonna try and push in from their big door to try and contest mid. Big bomb on Jay into Furrio's choke point, but he's not gonna find much, just some damage. Nursey and Banner are gonna get the respawns, but Ascent opts to back out. They had a lot of positioning there, but even with Furrio losing Eric back up, not able to get up on one of the sides very quickly. Oh, but now comes the replay.
Wow, very coordinated soldier bomb with Jay and Laz. Laz coming from the big door, and Jay from the lower side of mid. But thankfully, Furrio Tech had backed off. They decided this was not their mid. Would have been an interesting bomb if Furrio Tech was a little overextended, but they're playing smart. They're playing defensively, because right now they've got a huge Uber disadvantage, and Ascent are looking to make their way through this lobby as Laz is peeking things out. And Yite, who is all the way behind, is going to get a quick 2 shots onto the Soldier Blaze and follow up onto Eric, who gets picked off by Zaylor from the big door. And it's one last player at choke. It's Yamps trying to slow things down for Furrio Tech just to get the Uber in time for second damage onto Zaylor, but he will get the better exchange of that fight. And now Furrio Tech have to pull all the way back. They're going to have Uber for last, but this is not the position they wanted to be in.
Yeah, Furrio just wasn't watching that lower shutter door, so Laz and Yite were able to get in, cause havoc from behind, and through all camp. Nursey is going to find her Uber. Blaze and Jay are going to end up trading out. I didn't see where that happened, but Yamps and Laz both about to respawn. Furrio's getting super aggressive into the lobby. They're getting a ton of damage onto Zaylor. Zaylor's going to go down. 3 down on the side of Ascent, 1 being a respawner right now. They're going to take the exchange and shutter. Yamps going to stop the back cap from Yite.
Oh, the ball. Bomo's getting in position. He's jumping from and going to get into the face of Banny, who just got flashed at the last second. Bomo will not last for long. Blaze doing a good job of dispatching with him. Before making his way to the river, he's going to be jumping forward now with the rest of his team trying to clear out this choke. Ascent is nowhere to be found, so now Blaze is going back. It's rotating over to the flank where Laz is currently in a position to get behind. He does get spotted out, so he'll have to back off. But Jay, Center pushing through the choke here, creating a lot of ground for themselves, and a nice pipe will take down Banny. Can the soldier stay alive? Oh, another nice air shot is going to juggle Yamps to the back lines of the point. Very low health on Blaze is going to take him down, and that's going to be the end of Eric as well from Laz, who manages to pick up another great frag, catching these players off. It's a full wipe, and they've only lost Laz. It's just a Beeb alive, 40 HP, and it's a quick rush from behind. Jay going to get caught out here, not going to be able to take down Banny before meeting up with the rest of his team. Botmo jumps straight to the point there. Sticky's on it. Quick jump over the top. It's going to be Blaze trying to stop this point, but he's not. He's only one man. He can't do it alone. Furrio Tech down 2 rounds. Ascent pulling off a 3-1 in a very quick first half.
Yeah, we're going to see the half 3-1 for Ascent. Ascent just absolutely disrespecting Furrio on some of these second holes, just dry pushing into them. And Furrio just is not prepared before it. They're just not holding close. Like, they're getting the cap, and they're still holding above the point and in shutter, and Ascent is just abusing the fact that they are not super close. The other thing, too, is through a lot of the chaos, Laz is doing a really good job of equalizing the heal scenario. Every time Skis goes down, I'm pretty sure Laz has gotten in and gotten the pick on a Nursey to equalize.
Yeah, we can't look at the stats right now because this is a posthumous, retroactive cast. But just to give a heads up, Laz did get the most medic picks for Ascent on his team. So he's definitely, like you said, definitely making good use of these post-Uber exchanges to get those picks onto Nursey and equalize things out. That's the job of the roamer, you know, if nothing else. Keep the game in check.
We're going to see the quick ready up out of both teams. We're going to be going into our second half here. 3-1 for Ascent still.
Match is live. Who are we going to see at this mid? Who's going to go fat? Frick my
I
neck.
think Yamps is going to go huge. Yamps has been relatively quiet on these mids. I'd like to see Yamps go huge like he did everyone too.
Do see quickly going off the rock and making his way over to the fence just to get the pack before rotating over to the side of Big Door. He's going to be trying to initiate onto Laz, who's also got the better exchange of that. Going to get a couple good rockets off. Yamps waiting desperately for an arrow before he can make something happen here. A quick bomb from Jay is going to get into the face of all these players, and Zaylor will get the 1 sticky 2 kills. Very strong for them, but he will have to play defense now. They lost their medic, so Ascent now has only Laz to work with against a fully healed Banny, who's not afraid. Got the pistol out. He's juking these sight lines, trying to get these shots out, and it's just Zaylor alive. Can he get 1 pipe, 2 pipes? No, he cannot. He does go down. Banny picking up a 4th kill from this mid. And Furrio Tech looking to take things back into their own hands, but Pomode rushes in to his death. Oh man, that was a good timing too.
Yeah, Zaylor piping the world on that mid. Got the first 2 picks before Furrio ended up sealing the deal. They got the pick on the Skis and a couple other players, but then piping Banny twice and Nursey. doing tons and tons of damage inside that choke point. Furry's going to be pushing into 2 with a full Uber Ed. Jay's going to go down bot mode, still dead from the post-mid fight. We're going to see Furry taking the lobby now with their full ad. Ski's only at about 60% and down Jay.
Heavy is already up, trying to play against this Uber that gets forced right through the shutter. Habib trying to cut his way across this last, not finding any other opportunities, but Freudotech had managed to get Yomps to the point. He's going to get some good damage onto bot mode. The Heavy, who finally does go down, Bandy's rotating from water with a little bit of help from the rest of the players. It's going to be a nice little aggressive push, and Bandy picks up his 7th kill in the round, quickly turning the tide for Freudotech. It is now 2-3.
Yeah, that was the classic Furyo push into Gully Wash last against off classes. Super clinical. They take the space from the defender's left side. And while the team is rotating through spawn, they double soldiers bomb the opposite side, making it so they take a ton of damage or just stay in spawn, let them cap. See Laz super fast on Habib. Laz is gonna get the instant pick on the Habib, and Jay's gonna get the pick on the Nursey instantly. Zero Gate in bot mode going down. Huge plays coming out of the Ascent soldiers.
Oh, but the last one falls, and Jay managed to get himself the drop down with very low HP. Decides, oh, that was a mistake. Doubles back into the face of Blaze. It's cut off his escape route, and now Freudotech not gonna have a big advantage here, but they are gonna own second for free. They're gonna be working into last with potentially an even Uber situation.
Yep, so we're gonna see Furyo tentatively capping 2. We should see them back out as soon as they get the cap and fear of the ski shield. The Nurse is coming through their choke. Everyone on Furyo is in their choke, and Ascent's coming out of the shutters.
Oh, nice and quick onto Skis is Yomps before he goes down to Jay, and Baba going down from Bandy is going to open things up for Freudotech on this defense, trying to defend their second that they own rather than anything else. But Blaze hitting a nice rocket onto Yite. Could potentially win this for his team. He does pick up another rocket onto Zaylor. One last will do it for him against Jay. He's going to make his way to the lobby thanks to the escape plan, and he's going to time it just right. The first rocket comes out. Blaze is not going to take that fight. He knows when to take his fights, and Yomps, fully healed, going to be contesting this point now. The cap is not going to go off here. Jay is going to get air shot by Yomps, who's still keeping up a little bit of pressure here in this second area, and the Freudotech, that delay was enough for the forward spawns. They need to capture second, though, but they're going to get the frags inside this lobby before that.
Yeah, Eric picking up a little 2K on both of Ascents. So no one's capping on the side of Furyo, so well.
Hello? Eric, thankfully.
Oh, yeah. And, see, we're gonna see Furyo posturing up on the riverside. They have about a 10% advantage. Ascent on both scouts. Jay's gonna get the pick on the Yomps, but we're just gonna be seeing Furyo holding out until they get the cap onto 2. Laz is gonna end up going down to Habib. Well, Eric gets the cap. Blaze is in on the power positioning on the edge of the point. Zayla's gonna go down to Bandy. Bandy's in on the point. 1v1ing. Yite. Mama and Skis are gonna go down. It's gonna be another round for Furyo.
And Ascent just not finding their footing, and now we're already back to a 3-3 situation. Freudotech has this thing, I've mentioned this before in other matches, they seem to get to their halftime, talk things out really quickly, really methodically, and then before you know it, it's a steamroll second half. So let's see how this goes in this mid, Frick.
Beeb getting an early pipe on the Laz, getting a ton of damage onto his son super early in this mid. Laz is gonna go down super early. Hyam's gonna bomb in and find Skis before going down himself. Yite's 5 HP in his own elbow, gonna die to Eric. Botman's gonna find a pick on the Blade, and Bane's gonna get Jay. Furyo's gonna bunch up around their heels, having lost both soldiers to make sure neither Zaylor or Botman can make a play. Botman's gonna go down, and Zaylor's just out on the 2 already.
Man, Freudotech now with a huge ad to work with, and with Skis going down earlier in that mid fight, this is going to be a pretty much uncontested last push from Freudotech. They don't usually make mistakes. Goldiewash is not known for its super easy to defend last. There are a lot of different ways that Freudotech can push this, and we'll see how they go for it.
Yeah, it's super off-class friendly. If the off-class ended up being successful, it can be fairly ezy to hold. The off-classes are not being particularly successful for a set. And the second half is holding up with the first half, where all of the rounds have been lightning fast.
Console, I appreciate everything you just did. That was beautiful. Freudotech now going to be using their Uber to get into this lobby, or excuse me, this main last through the river entrance. This sentry spot manages to be a nuisance, but it isn't going to be enough because all you need to do to win this round is cap it, obviously. And the sentry can't defend it if it's playing all the way by the shutter of the forward spawn. So that's going to be a 4-3 in the hands of Freudotech. They might even close this out with the momentum they've exhibited so far.
Yep, I'm gonna be watching Habib on this mid. Habib's in super early, goes down to Laz. Laz finds Habib 2 mids in a row instantly. Blaze is gonna get him. Laz is gonna Goku him out of the air to air rocket to take him down. Laz and Jay are gonna go down, but Habib and plays down side of Furry.
Ascent, do have the numbers to work with here. They're going to try and stop it, but the point already is getting so much cap time. Vertec pull it off. They're going to get forward spawns, and that's going to be crucial here. I see Habib quickly rushing up to this choke, and Ascent is all lined up for a farm moment. One pipe, one sticky. Oh, and the follow-up on the skis. Boboed. Oh, what a farm for Habib. He throws out the taunt. Oh man, that was crushing for Ascent. They had the positioning to make something happen, but that forward spawn from Habib, crucial. Last gonna be bombing in though, really high from up top, and Barry throwing out a taunt of his own. That's gonna be very crushing for Ascent. Freyotech are not to be messed with. When they get to the half, they do not lose rounds.
Yeah, Habib coming in off the respawn late into that mid, just absolutely paying dividends, getting a 3k there to secure the mid for Furry. Furry's gonna be pushing Laz with full ad. Laz is still down. My demo just ended.
Same.
Fun fact!
Furry win.
ESEA STVs are the worst because if players leave before the round ends, like if everyone instantly leaves, the server shuts down. So spoiler alert, Freyotech wins that push.
We casted that anyways.
Yeah, if you wanted to go hardcore on our YouTube, we'll splice those together and then do some stats rundown. But it's the end. Freya won 5-3, but man, that first half was just so fast. And then like literally we were doing the other cast, Mentality versus Meat Market. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't already. And it was that game we were hoping would be good, but Freyotech and Ascent was just lightning fast. Console was sending me updates throughout the entirety of it. And then all of a sudden it was 2-3, 4-3, and then we swapped over and caught the ends of the 4-3 round. So yeah, just a really solid match from Froyo versus Ascent. I'm glad we got to cast it retroactively.
See, I don't know if we want to take a quick peek at the stats, but Banny kind of
we should.
Banny kind of destroyed the entire server, going 28 for 11 with 20 assists, 3 med pick, had 4.
Look at the damage! Top damage over Habib. 420 DPM.
Yeah, Habib with a big 410, but Banny with 418. The highest on the side of Ascent was Jay at 355. Jay went 20 for 18.
And also Nursey pulling out a stat you don't usually see. Not the frags. I mean, the frags are pretty significant too. 7 kills overall, but you rarely see anything above like 30 to 40 DPM from a medic. 75 damage per minute is literally 1 max distance arrow per round. Part of that though was on that first half, Nursey grabbing a couple of really good saws. That was 10% of the damage from the entire match entirely right there. But even aside from that one moment, like pulling off an arrow, a full distance arrow per minute, even in a 20-minute game is very impressive.
Yeah, Nursey edging out skis in the damage per minute department, doing almost 8 times the DPM of ski.
So yeah, I think we're gonna close it on the stats there. If you want to see it, the match page will have all this information in the description on YouTube. But for those of you who are live on Twitch right now, we're gonna be hopping things over to a very close game on TFTV 2, where it's a 3-3 Hell's Kitchen versus Bring Back Turbine DM. Frick, my Nick, thank you for joining us for this cast today on both Meat Market versus Mentality and Freyotech versus Ascent. Shouts to Console, our camera guy, getting things set up for our first quadruple header on TFTV history for NA. As over at TFTV 2 for Hell's Kitchen versus Bring Back Turbine.